News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:32 on Friday, June the 7th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Before I toss it over to Kelly, I have to do this. Rachel, it's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy you're around. Now it's time for Kelly. Kelly, it's raining to celebrate my sister's birthday.
Yes.
But are we going to see that end it all today?
Well, we're going to see a few breaks here and there, but overall your sister unfortunately has a pretty gloomy forecast. So I apologize, but hey, I'm doing the best I can. I'm just going to smile through this forecast because that's all you can do sometimes. But overall this morning we're looking at plenty of gloomy weather. We can see University of Virginia and Wise. We're seeing just plenty of clouds, plenty of low-lying clouds. We're seeing fog throughout the region as well. Here's a look at that pinpoint Doppler. We're seeing pockets of heavier showers, but a few of us catching some breaks this morning. That's what we're going to see. This is going to be the bulk of the rainfall, but we're going to see more heading into the afternoon. And right now we're dealing with that fog, especially where it is currently raining. So be mindful of that, especially if you are hitting the road anytime soon. Your weather headlines for today: a flash flood watch that's in effect through the weekend thanks to this soggy pattern. And I will tell you about any breaks in the rain and my full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All righty, Kelly, thank you. Well, Robin Holbrook died in a crash last week in Magoffin County. Yesterday, his family and friends said their final goodbyes. WYMT's Buddy Forbes talked to one of his co-workers who says his work as a physician's assistant and his dedication to the community will never be forgotten.
Some people have jobs,
and everybody called him Dr. Robin.
Others have callings.
It just wasn't a job for him. It was a passion.
Those who knew Robin Holbrook say he was called to help others.
That he just wasn't there for the money or whatever. He was there to take care of the people.
Until last week, when he died in a motorcycle crash.
And days go on and he's not there. Then it sinks in, he ain't coming back.
His loved ones came together Thursday to remember his legacy.
Everybody felt special, you know. It was honey bun and sweet and this and that, you know, and everybody thought, well, you know, I'm special. Well, everybody was special to Robin.
Though he was focused on his work at the Eula Hall Health Center in Grethel.
Sometimes he'd say, you're overloading me, you know. And I said, Robin, that's job security.
They say he was always active in the community.
He was just an outgoing person wherever he went.
And always giving to others.
He was just such a gentle, caring person, you know.
Now they have to find a way to move forward.
Truly, that's the way to honor Robin, you know, is to do what he wanted to do, to take care of his patients.
Because they know it's what he would want.
And that's all we can do.
But they'll always keep his memory and his teachings alive. In Magoffin County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Holbrook was escorted to the cemetery by Riding for the Sun, a Christian motorcycle ministry. Well, SOAR hosted a meeting at the Hazard Community and Technical College yesterday. They called it Broadband and Barbecue. It was centered around wireless access in rural Appalachia. Panels were filled with companies and workers alike using high-speed broadband. The presentation highlighted the jobs available in the field and the importance of getting high-speed internet to the region.
Broadband is a utility not unlike water, sewer, gas, you name it. In today's economy, without that, you can't exist and you can't thrive and succeed.
An update on Kentucky Wired was given in the afternoon session. Officials are optimistic it will be completed as promised. Well, more than 5,000 water customers in Floyd County will soon pay much more for the services. Officials with the Kentucky Public Service Commission, PSC, announced a new flat rate of $58.82 for customers of the Southern Water District. That is a 42% rate increase for an average customer. The Public Service Commission says the rate increase is necessary to prevent Southern Water from going under. A state audit out yesterday says the Owsley County Clerk's Office owes county agencies a total of $120,000. The auditor is passing the results along to the State Attorney General's office. The audit of the 2015 fee account says Owsley County Clerk Shanna Oliver did not turn in reports to the Department for Local Government. It also accuses the clerk of not presenting a budget to the fiscal court. The audit says the clerk only reconciled accounts for 2 months and that government agencies are owed a total of $122,000. In the audit, the clerk had no response for the many comments the auditor made. Well, Kentucky's lieutenant governor is indicating she will defy a decision by Governor Matt Bevin's administration to dismiss her deputy chief of staff. In an email, Lieutenant Governor Janine Hampton said her ousted aide, Adrian Southworth, will continue to work with her. Hampton said Southworth will track her working hours until she's officially reinstated so she can receive back pay. Governor Bevin says he had no involvement in Southworth's dismissal. The issue erupted last week when Hampton sent a tweet asking for prayers in her fight against dark forces following Southworth's dismissal. Bevin, who is seeking re-election this year, dropped Hampton from his ticket for Senator Ralph Alvarado. Well, Governor Bevin is trying to strike up support to a revised version of his pension relief bill. In a letter to lawmakers, he specifically goes through 4 changes made to the proposal. Some of his changes include giving agencies until next April to decide whether or not they want to stay with the Kentucky retirement system. This would give those groups time to consider any changes that could happen during next year's legislative session. Lawmakers have until the end of the month to find middle ground. It is now day 3 of trade talks between the United States and Mexico. Yesterday, the negotiations were focused mostly on what Mexico can do to stop the flow of migrants coming to the U.S. border. U.S. border agents apprehended more than 132,000 people just last month. That is about 4,000 people a day, the highest level since 2006. President Trump says if those numbers do not come down, he will levy a 5% tariff on Mexico beginning Monday, and it will increase each month until it reaches 25%.
I think a lot of progress was made yesterday, but we have to make a lot of progress. We'll see what happens, but something pretty dramatic could happen.
The president is not just focusing on Mexico. He also threatened additional $325 billion worth of tariffs against China. But the president says he will not make the decision until after the G20 summit at the end of this month. Weeks after Kentucky's primary election, the results have yet to be certified. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes says it's because of a new state law. The measure passed earlier this year, and it took away Secretary Grimes' powers in the state Board of Elections. That and errors Grimes says she found in election results has led to a war of words between her and Senate Majority Floor Leader Damon Thayer. Hillary Thornton has the details.
Today, I question what's happening at the State Board of Elections.
The state's chief election officer explaining that she's lost confidence in the group in recent months. It is a group she used to have authority over until the passage of House Bill 114.
Right now, at the State Board of Elections, we have a ship without a captain.
She blames that on what she says is chaos surrounding the integrity of elections that she believes ultimately led to the board being unable to certify primary results on Tuesday.
It was embarrassing. Never before has the State Board of Elections convened and had a report set before it for certification that had errors, let alone 50-plus errors in 20-plus counties.
She fears those vote totals with errors came close to being certified had she not stepped in voicing concerns.
There are shenanigans going on in our current Secretary of State office.
Senator Damon Thayer, who sponsored the newly enacted measure, says the fact remains Grimes is still the chief election officer and that she should do her job and stop playing political games.
Bless his heart. Who would have thought we'd see a day where a Democrat would be more worried about ensuring a Republican and the Republican Party had accurate vote totals than its own leadership. Right now, I'm cleaning up Senator Thayer's mess.
However, Senator Thayer saying this is absolutely not his mess or the result of House Bill 114.
It's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. She doesn't like the fact that the General Assembly, in its role as the lawmaking body in Kentucky, changed the job description for the Secretary of State.
Grimes, though, says the chaos is real, the errors are real, and her fear is real that voters will lose confidence that their votes are counted correctly.
Oversight is needed.
In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
A group of bipartisan county clerks says that Grimes is exaggerating the situation and that discrepancies get caught and fixed after each election. There is a specially called Board of Elections meeting tomorrow, and Grimes says hopefully the results will be certified then. Well, it's 6:41. Let's toss it on over to Kelly on this soggy Friday. Kelly?
All right, well, let's go ahead and do something fun this morning. This might be a little bit of a stretch, but let's go ahead and try it out. It's National Donut Day. Check it out. The rain kind of looking like a circle with a little bit of a donut hole of dry weather in the middle. So hey, National Donut Day, just trying to bring you some good news for this gloomy Friday morning. But overall, we're dealing with plenty of rainfall that's going to continue throughout the morning, as well as that fog. But then as we head into the afternoon hours, we're going to see those scattered chances, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. But overall, we're going to see a little bit of sunshine, but those rain chances definitely going to continue. Will, be sure to grab your umbrella.
All righty, well, don't go anywhere. We'll have stories trending on WIMT.com next. Thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, an Eastern Kentucky Worship Center offers a camp for teens every summer for free. We will tell you more about it.
The bus stop for